The Miami Heat are among the favorites to land LeBron James this offseason if a trade were to take place for one of the best players to ever play the game of basketball. I'm here to break down the brand new information that we have, including odds and how Miami finds themselves amongst the top of the list to possibly land LeBron James this offseason. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Heat Digest. But first, remember, if you're a part of the near 90% watching this video not currently subscribed, scroll down and smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Miami Heat. We do appreciate the love and support, but now let's get to it and break down how Miami is one of the top favorites to land LeBron James. Now, this is not something I thought we were going to be discussing this offseason. When it came to LeBron James, it didn't seem very likely that he was going to be available this offseason. Now, if you don't know, he just opted in to his final year of his deal, which obviously was a player option. He had the decision to opt in. He could have opted out. If he opted in, he'd be a part of this Los Angeles Lakers team for one more year, unless they make a decision behind closed doors. And they would have to pay him $52.6 million, roughly. Let's call it $53 million for that final season. Only that one season he's going to be getting paid north of $50 million. But again, it's LeBron James. He needs no introduction. He needs no rhyme or reason or explanation to why he'd be getting paid that much. He's LeBron James. But now to the actual news. Bovada Official, like always, they dropped new odds on LeBron's next landing spot, where Miami finds themselves number 2, only behind the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Dallas Mavericks conversation is wildly intriguing, and it is just, it's crazy to even think about. After what took place last season with Anthony Davis and Luka, and now LeBron James, the whole conversation surrounding the Lakers is the fact that they want to win championships. But with their roster currently constructed, a lot of people would argue they're not built to win right now. And with LeBron James on this roster, maintaining as much cap as that he is in this final year of his deal, would it be smarter for them to move LeBron James in a buyout situation or possibly a trade scenario? And based off the trade idea, it seems like the Heat are the second favorites to possibly be involved in that trade to acquire LeBron James this offseason. Now, whether or not that happens, I'm here to tell you it seems very unlikely. The reason being is because LeBron was already in Miami, and whether or not the history and the bridges have fully been burnt between him and Pat Riley still seems not fully clear, and we don't know whether or not that relationship is perfect, and we don't know whether or not LeBron would like to return to Miami and be a part of this organization once again. But I will make the argument that this Miami Heat roster, as currently constructed, is in a better place than the Los Angeles Lakers' current roster in the way they are currently constructed and put together. If he were to be plugged into this Miami Heat roster and say the Miami Heat gave up some package along the lines of Jaquez, Jovic, Wiggins, and maybe a draft pick or two for LeBron James and Bronny James, I'm just going to say he would fit in damn well. If he was playing this role of Andrew Wiggins and you'd still have Hero, Powell, then LeBron, Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware, I really enjoy the idea of that. LeBron James, regardless of whether or not he's 18 years old, fresh out of high school, or if he's 55 years old and been playing the game of basketball for 35 years, odds are if he is able to play the game of basketball, like in the sense of healthy and being healthy and not having major injuries, he's a walking 25, 6, and 7 guy. He has been that way since he was drafted to Cleveland. Whether he has no help or all the help in the world, you know what you're getting from LeBron James. And we know what he did in his tenure in Miami, as those were some of the greatest years in my life, as I was a middle schooler watching LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, and just that Miami Heat team perform night in and night out and win, 30 games in a row, 31 games in a row consecutively. It was the greatest basketball I ever got to watch in my lifetime. And if he would to return to this Miami Heat organization, I'm not going to say this team would be better than those teams, because clearly they would not be. They had Chris Bosh, they had Dwayne Wade, two distinguished Hall of Famers, as well as enough three-point shooting to cover any and all teams. They set the trend. They really did. Get one great player who has the ability to demand all this attention with the ability to facilitate. And then, you know what? We're just going to surround him with a bunch of three-point shooters. And that's exactly what they did. And it resulted in a lot of winning basketball. Now, I'm not arguing that'd be the same case if he landed in Miami, but I would make the argument that they'd have a better chance to win an NBA title. Now, two things that we have to absolutely break down. We'll start with this tweet from Mr. Buck on Twitter as he goes on the site. This video that is really Udonis Haslem speaking on NBA Today, discussing the LeBron James situation in LA. As Udonis Haslem goes on to say on NBA Today again, Miami Heat Vice President of Basketball Development Udonis Haslem. Feels really weird saying that because it's so used to him being a player, but now a part of this coaching staff, a part of this organization, goes on to say, I don't give a damn who they bring to LA. That is not a championship roster right now with the LA Lakers. I do know a place where LeBron James, is welcome, and he will always be welcomed. And Udonis Haslem, as he finished saying that, there was a little comment saying, what, the key's under the mat? And that's exactly what it's like. The key is under the mat. And if LeBron James would like to come home to Miami, please, by all means, welcome to Miami once again, LeBron James, because this Heat fan base would do nothing but love the idea. And it seems like LeBron is on the way out. Is this something LeBron would like to do? Would he like to move from LA all the way to Miami, from one coast to the other, pack everything up? Whether Bronny James is involved or not, is this something he would be willing to do? Obviously, Bryce is currently in college. Bronny is in the league. He has 2 young daughters. He has a wife. He has houses all over the globe, it seems like. LeBron, it's not the money question. It's just whether or not he would like to pack up his things and move across the country. And, from LA to Miami, you can't really... that's as far as you could possibly get. We had the conversation about Bradley Beal and how he didn't want to pack up all of his things with his family and his kids and all the schools they had the jobs and everything else that had to go involved with it. He didn't want to pack up his things in the middle of the season and move from Phoenix to Miami, let alone the idea of LA to Miami. That's even more drastic. This idea is crazy. It seems very far-fetched, but it seems like there's an actual chance based off the odds from Bovada Official, as well as the conversations surrounding league circles, including ones we discussed in the last episode of Heat Digest, breaking down this exact situation before we got the odds from Bovada Official. Now it seems like it's pushing for Miami to be very much involved in these conversations surrounding LeBron James. And the last thing I'm going to acknowledge on this channel and break down on this channel is this tweet from Complex Sports where they are citing Shams, the one and only. And I'm not going to read it word for word, mainly because the font's so small on my end, I can't read it. But I know the general basis of it because I read it before getting into this video. Savannah James, LeBron James, Kevin Love, Kevin Love's wife, and a few other close friends involved in that circle went and had dinner. Savannah James wants LeBron to retire very soon. LeBron now is going into his age 41 season. He's played the game of basketball since dinosaurs were around. He was drafted out of high school. He was, 17, 18 years of age when he was drafted. He's now 41. He has played basketball his entire life. Vast majority of it on the professional stage. You can't really ask any much more from LeBron as a fan. Do any of us want to see him retire? No. Do any of us not want to see him on the basketball court and see his highlights night in and night out? Absolutely not. We want to see him continue to play the game of basketball. No one wants to see him depart. No one wants to see greats ever leave the game. But no one has ever beaten Father Time, and LeBron is getting closer and closer to riding out into that sunset. And Savannah James, and again, I'm paraphrasing here. The quote is actually directly in front of us. I just physically can't read it because the font is so damn tiny. It'll be tagged down in the description if you'd like to read it word for word if you can't yourself based off the video. Again, tweet down in the description, link down in the description if you take you to the tweet. But Savannah wants LeBron to ride off into the sunset in the next year and a half. And she wants him to retire here very soon. It's not a far-fetched idea. Like we mentioned earlier, LeBron is getting older. He's played for so long. He's so accomplished. And whether or not he has anything else to prove, arguably, no, he doesn't. Could he go out there and continue to set more records and make his records so far from untouchable that he just feels more accomplished? Yeah. Could he go set more records? Yeah. But he doesn't have to. He owns basically all of the big records. He's the all-time scoring leader. He's played in the most games. He's played the most minutes. He's missed the most shots. He is as accomplished as one human being could possibly be. Now his record in the finals isn't flawless like Michael Jordan, but he's been there 10 times. He's been there to the finals 10 times. There is a stretch of people, of individuals, young people who don't know the game of basketball in the postseason without LeBron James. That's a real thing because of how otherworldly successful he has been. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Maybe we bring back Kevin Love. Maybe we bring back LeBron James in the same deal. I don't know. Now we're getting kind of far-fetched. But the idea that Kevin Love and his wife were present in this dinner is very intriguing. Someone that was just sent from this Miami Heat organization because of a payroll issue to the Utah Jazz. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I can't wait to see how it does. You'll see all the content here if anything does happen surrounding LeBron James in this Miami Heat organization. Let me know down below what your overall thoughts and opinions are on this entire situation. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Heat Digest.